Hey guys, what is up? It's Blake here, coming out to another video. Now today I'm going to be doing a video talking about my thoughts on like the cloud gaming thing and why I don't think personally that cloud gaming is going to become like a huge thing. And let's just get right into it, okay? So basically, if you're not familiar with the term, cloud gaming is basically when like NVIDIA, they had a like game stream thing. It's kind of like basically what happens is you don't pay for the games. You do not pay for the games. In NVIDIA's case, you did pay for the games, but in the future, the way that's going, what's going to happen is you're going to sign up for a subscription. So say NVIDIA has something. You're going to sign up for a subscription, and it's going to be, say, $10 a month. Maybe more, maybe a lot more. Or maybe it'll be based on like what games you play. Like there'll be different packages, just like cable, there's different packages on what you can play, and they will have that type of thing. Or it'll just be like a price per hour for like actual, like a select games. I'm not quite sure how they will make you pay, but there'll be some type of subscription. Okay, you'll have to pay either monthly, there's not going to be just like a direct payout for a game. And the reason for that is because in order to run these games, they're going to have servers with, GPUs in it. They're going to have servers and data centers with GPUs that are rendering the games and then streaming it to your house. Now, there are a couple huge factors. Now, I'm not saying this will never become a reality, because I bet it will eventually, especially with consoles. I'm not so quite sure that PC people will have this for a little bit longer, but I think consoles will be the first to do this. We already kind of do this. You have to pay for Xbox Live Gold, Xbox or PlayStation Network, stuff like that. You have to pay for that to be able to actually play your games. You do pay out for the games still, but consoles, as they get smaller, they're not going to be able to fit as much into it. So my thoughts are the consoles are going to get real cheap. They're going to get a lot cheaper. You'll be able to get a console for like $100, maybe even less. They don't have to be very powerful. They just need to be able to stream games, because the encoding will be done on the side of the server. So basically, these consoles, I'm sure maybe eventually it'll come to PC, but we're just gonna do this example. You'll pay, yearly or monthly or something like that, or per hour, stuff like that. You'll have to pay a subscription, and you'll get access to that game. And there are two big problems for this. First of all, I like to own my games so I don't have to pay to play them, Like if I were to pay, say, even let's just say $10 a month to play Black Ops 3. I have 15 some days into Black Ops 3, and that wasn't in 1 month. That was in at least probably 8 or 9 months. So that's $90 for a game that I only paid $60 for. So it's kind of like one of those things. I'm sure I even played it for more than that. I played it recently, stuff like that. So we'll just say for 1 year playing a single game. So say you play the Call of Duty game, just for the stock game, which I'm sure there'll be price differences for DLC and such. So for the stock game, it'll be twice as much if it was at $10 a month. So people like to own their games so they can play it as much as they want. And second of all, internet's a huge problem. These streaming services are only going to work for people that live, pretty much in big cities or areas that at least have a good connection. A lot of the places in the United States still have pretty crappy connections. It's getting better, the cities obviously should be fine, stuff like that, but it'll just never be the same as actually playing it on your like device that you're playing it on. There's always going to be a slight latency that just won't really cut it. I mean, even with gig speeds, it's going to get better. Like I said, it's going to get a lot better. And the argument, another argument I've heard before on this, topic is, oh, well, what if someone doesn't have internet? Let's be honest here. Who doesn't have internet? It's so cheap. Like, you can get Google Fiber. I think it's maybe 50 or 100, somewhere around there per month. Okay, so that's not that much. Some local carriers of internet around me, it's $30 a month. For internet. I think even a base internet is provided by the government now. Like, I think there's actually a base internet connection you can get for free from the government. So, the no internet issue argument is not an issue. Everyone's gonna have internet by the time this happens, or anyone that cares to play games. Obviously, it's just one of the things that you can't really count as an argument against it. It just, my thoughts on it are I like to render it on my local system. I like to, on console it doesn't matter as much just because you're playing with the same specs, but on PC the fun part is building better PCs so you can play at higher resolutions, frame rates, stuff like that. That's like the cool thing about PC. Console, they're trying to do a similar type thing lately with like PS4 Pro, Xbox One X, stuff like that, being able to play high resolutions better than other consoles, stuff like that. And I think overall it's gonna cost more money to do it that way. People might think not so much at first because you only have to pay maybe a little bit for the console, or maybe even if you pay for a few months or prepay like a year, you get the console for free. And I could see that definitely happening, just like cable. Gaming would become into one giant cable. You get the equipment free, but then you're in a contract, you got all this and that, and just people don't want to deal with that. They just want to go to the store. You pay a bit. I'm not gonna lie, you pay, well, on Black Friday, Xboxes and PS4s are only like $200, but for PCs, mine's easily probably $2+ grand now. PS4 Pro and Xbox One X, those are Pro is $400, and then Xbox One X is $500. That's a lot of money to spend on a console. So definitely there's something to consider there. But I think overall, I just can't see the market wanting it. Maybe to a degree. I could see like Redbox going to a system like this where you stream games, you rent them. And we already kind of have that. You can rent games on PSN. Through like the PS Now, or there's like the Xbox Game Pass. So we already have this type of stuff. It's just Xbox Game Pass, you actually download the content and you pay monthly. So, it makes sense. But some of the other games, they actually stream them. I think PS4 actually has some streaming titles, and it just really isn't hitting off. I just don't think it will ever be, I shouldn't say ever. Eventually, I'm sure it will happen where that's how it is. And I guess we have to live with that. But I don't think in the time I'm going to be playing games, I'm going to have to deal with that. Like, as a have to thing. I'm sure there'll be the option. I mean, there already is the option. But I don't think I'm going to ever want to have games that are just sent to me. I don't own them. It's just like a license, which technically you are licensing your games. Even if you pay for them, you own them, kind of. Like, you don't actually own them. It's hard to explain, but overall, I think, comment your thoughts on this. I don't think it'll become a huge thing overall. I just can't see it becoming a reality where that's the only option you have. So anyway, guys, let me know what your thoughts are down below. Please rate, comment, like, subscribe. I will see you next time, guys. Peace out.